carry the confidence of a king or the confidence of a lion. Flip side of that, you could come across as arrogant, self-centered. But your fixed fieriness also feels warm, and it's good to have you at parties. You draw people in, you make people feel welcome. Just as the sun is capable of illuminating any area where it's located, you are also good at making people feel comfortable, um, making them feel important, basically, as important as you feel. So, if you were born under the sun sign of Virgo, um, your core values are efficiency, order, and usefulness. This is what motivates you in your life. Whatever you do is motivated by making things work, um, and being in service to others. What your life purpose is to be of service, to perfect your crafts, perfect your skills, perfect your handiwork, to also make sure everything around you is working as it should be and at its most efficient form possible. Now, if you have a Virgo rising sign, on the other hand, the filters that work, that manifest as your rising sign, is basically you pay attention to detail, you can be a perfectionist, you are also a very humble person, you prefer to be in the background, basically, um, making sure things work, right? As a result, you also are more than happy to help others get their work done, and you are completely okay with being on the sidelines, just making sure that things are working as they should be. All right. Now, if you're born under the sun sign of Libra, your main motivation, let's look at the scales, right, is to achieve balance, harmony, and fairness, right? Um, why is the, why is it Libra is always looked at as the relational sign? I actually know a couple of Libra people who are very, very rarely in relationships. I don't think, I think that, not, I don't think that has been articulated in the best way. It's not that they always prefer to be in relationships, it's that they value their relationships with people. All right. So it's not just a matter of actually being in a relationship with a significant other. They do value their relationship with others, with their friends, with anyone who is around them. And it's always a one-to-one thing, since it's a scale, and they're always looking to bring harmony, bring balance, right? You are always looking for everyone to be included and to get along. When Libra is your rising sign or your ascendant instead, you come across as polite, sociable, diplomatic. Think of how you would set out to achieve that harmony and balance and justice. You do appreciate the fact that niceness goes a long way. Um, Yeah, you can come across as diplomatic. You This can also be perceived as charm. You can be a very, very charming person. And all this is done in order to achieve that balance that Libra is always striving for. All right, Scorpio, one of my favorite signs. If you were born under the sun sign of Scorpio, you let's look at, it's a fixed sign. It's smack in the middle of autumn. What are the trees doing in autumn? They are shedding the old leaves, right? Getting ready to rest and in preparation for the upcoming new season. Your life purpose as a Scorpio is to shed what no longer serves you. Now, I also know someone in my life who is a Scorpio sun and a Scorpio rising. If anyone is familiar with celebrity birth charts, I believe Katy Perry is has the exact, well, almost exact same birth chart. Scorpio sun and Scorpio rising. You your life purpose is to shed what no longer serves you. Um, where people are always associating Scorpio with death and transformation, but because you're always shedding what no longer serves you, you're always transforming yourself in preparation for the upcoming season, right? Um, and as an ascendant, as Scorpio rising, look at how the scorpion survives. Um, you are basically motivated to survive at all odds, right? Your emotions run deep, which can manifest as being passionate and jealous. And just as the scorpion stings, you do not take lightly to being threatened or hurt, and you will sting back. So, as a Scorpio rising, you do have a little zing to you, but your main purpose as a Scorpio sun sign is to shed what no longer serves you. You are very good at discarding whatever is no longer in your best interest. Now, Sagittarius, if you're born in a under the sun sign of Sagittarius, your core life purpose is striving for knowledge and achieving freedom. Look at the that archer, right? You are always on a quest to expand your horizons. What motivates you is the quest for knowledge. When you expand your horizons, you also expand your knowledge. Um, you don't like to be tied down. Freedom is what motivates you. And when you have Sagittarius as your rising sign, you tend to come across as a generous, optimistic, and adventurous person. Think of all the things Jupiter is. Also think of the mutable fire. You know, once a fire gets out of control, you really can't control where it goes or what it consumes. It's all over the place. That's what a Sagittarius rising sign would manifest as. You also possess the ability to easily influence the masses, just as the mutable fire does. All right, after Sagittarius, we go into Capricorn. Now, if you're born as a Capricorn sun, what you value is responsibility, practicality, and tradition. So think of Saturn. I always think of Saturn as an old man who wants to preserve everything that we have had so far, everything that has given us solid structures. Um, you appreciate systems that work well and don't believe in fixing things that aren't broken. So again, similar to Virgo, you appreciate things that work well, except that Virgo is always trying to improve it. Whereas Capricorn's like, all right, it's not broken, we don't need to fix it. But, and if you're born under the Capricorn sun sign, this is what motivates you. This is your life purpose. If, however, you have a Capricorn rising sign, the filters that manifest is that you're a hard worker, you are ambitious, you're very patient in starting at the bottom and working your way up. You're independent and resilient. Right, we go into Aquarius. Also ruled by Saturn, except that instead of looking to what's within the boundary, now Aquarius looks at what's beyond the boundary. What Aquarius is always, why is it we're always associating Aquarius with robots? Aquarius is always looking to the future. If Capricorn is saying this is how things have always worked, Aquarius would be like, all right, but in whose benefit? Does it benefit all these other people who on the other side of the boundary? So in a sense, the Aquarius sun is always trying to achieve the idealistic society. You appreciate the solid structures, but it needs to serve everyone and not just everyone within the boundaries. As an Aquarius rising sign, think of Saturn as sitting at the boundary outside the confines of society. You're very, very comfortable being a loner, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a hermit. What actually interests you is standing on the sidelines but watching what's happening and gathering up all of this information to be put to better use for the future. That's basically what the water bearer is. You gather up the water to be filled to make improvements to a system. Right, and finally we go into Pisces. If with Aquarius you were cool and detached, you are thinking of humanity, but at the same time you don't really want to show that you care. When we go into Pisces, you correct that part of Aquarius by actually becoming more charitable and compassionate. That's what motivates you as a Pisces sun. You want to also achieve that idealistic society, and you want to do it in a very compassionate way rather than just informational. If you have Pisces as a rising sign, on the other hand, it gives you a vivid imagination. Pisces are dreamers. But this character trait can also make you quite sensitive and self-sacrificing at times. So that was it on my series on the Sun versus Ascendant. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Feel free to drop any other points regarding any of the Sun versus rising signs that you have noticed that I didn't mention. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe, and head on over to my Instagram or TikTok channels and follow me over there as well.